Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Comic Books NYC. You're watching Original Art Hour, the show where we bring on other original art collectors and we share pieces from our collections so you guys can appreciate. And we talk about the art collecting side of the comic book hobby and comic book world that we love so much. Joining me on this 5th episode of the show is my buddy Alec, White Whale Comics. What's going on, my friend? How you doing?
What's up, man? Things are good, a little stir crazy, but
yeah,
aren't we all?
I can relate. I can definitely relate. I think I'm going on, like we were just saying backstage, 6 weeks now of isolation. You know what I mean? So
it's a weird world. I was in Walmart. I was just saying to him the other day, and had like a very post-apocalyptic type moment where they had this announcement going on that was like, please help us defeat this threat and stay 6 feet apart from everyone else. And I was like, oh, damn, that sounds like pretty grim. And then I'm walking through the food section and they have this like video playing for some like promo thing. And they're like, scan your Walmart card to get a free protein bar. Like, okay, we're in a dystopian future right now, boys.
Oh man, that's crazy. Because like I'm used to hearing things like when I'm on the New York City subway system, like if you see something, say something.
Yeah.
Like like for like terrorist like activity and whatnot. But now I can't even get on the subway. I'm like curious what the subway is playing right now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
my hair is buck wild.
I have to wear this hat to contain what's going on underneath here right now. My hair is definitely getting a little unruly, man.
I never wear hats, but I think maybe it's time.
I like that. That suits you, brother. It suits you, man. And I think that de-ages you instantly.
Like, yeah, shorter hair or the hat.
Yeah, there you go.
Wear a low like Jay-Z.
Oh man, that's awesome. I love it. Keep it.
Okay.
Stick with it. All right. So before we get started here, I'm going to say a quick hello to some friends here we got in the chat. Thanks everybody for coming out tonight. Starting with Magic Lasso is in here. He says, "I love Original Art Hour nights. I love that. That's a thing now. That's pretty cool. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that." Comic Man Andy is in the house. Good to see you guys. Good to see you, brother. Who else is in here? Rob Boswell in the house. What's up, Rob? Mr. Garrell says, "I'm here on my phone." So, he's trying to prove to me that he watches my channel. So there's proof right there.
At least for the 10 seconds it took to write that.
Exactly, right? Let's see. We'll see if he sticks around. What's up, Thomas? Comics for Thomas is in the house. He says he's sneaking this in while working from home. All right, glad you can sneak us in. Who else is in here? D-Ron Comics, George, my friend. He says this is one of his favorite shows. Cheers to that. Appreciate that. JP in the house. JP Budget Collecting. I believe you're Dungeons and Dragons teammate or something. Right? Or I don't know. I don't even know how it works. I don't know if there's teams.
My Dungeons and Dragons victim.
Oh, hey, victim. Okay, that sounds saucy. I like that.
I'm a cruel DM.
Oh, there you go. Jimmy's in the house. Geek Aficionado. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in tonight. Unruly Simeon is in the house. I am like losing track of the comments already in StreamYard. Hard to find things in this application. Where is he? He's in here. There he is. Okay. Unruly Simeon, good to see you, man. Backseat Driver 5280. What is up? Says good evening, all. And I'm probably missing a whole bunch of other people. Chris Barrett, there he is. Chris Barrett's in the house.
Chris Barrett's in the chat, as always.
It's a show now. No Good Comics. What's up, NYC? Good to see you, man. Brian, there we go. My next victim on the show next week. Take the Time Collectibles. Can't wait to have him on the show next week. He's got more art than I think anybody in the community. So that'll be a killer episode next week. Not to lower expectations for our episode.
Yeah, I mean, my collection is small, but
it'll be cool, man. I can't wait to see your stuff, man. You and I have been talking about this for a while, I think, and just about art for a while in general. What's up, DS Comics in the house? Newly minted Comic Gories Champion of the Universe. Congrats. Kachoon and Delphia is probably or Kachoon's in the house, and I assume Delphia is probably around somewhere. What's up, guys? Arsenio's in the house, the art chemist. That's his Silver Surfer artwork right there in the background. Good to see you, Arsenio. Real talented dude. I pulled out some other artwork he did that I can show in a little bit once we start showing some stuff. Comics for all people in the house. Good to see you. Whole lot of people in here. Thanks, guys, everybody. And I hope you're all doing okay out there in your respective communities and lives. And thanks for stopping in to give us a little bit of an escape for an hour and show some of our art and geek out. Yeah, Gomez in the house as well. What's up, my broski as well. All right, so I'm going to set the stage here a little bit. White Whale Comics, Alec. If you don't know White Whale Comics, this guy is not only an awesome dude, okay? He's done a lot of stuff for the community, a lot of stuff for charity, a lot of stuff for his friends in the community. But he's a super talented guy. He is a artist in his own right. He's a writer. He has published his own comic book, Missing Pieces, 3 issues of it. I can't bring myself to read the 3rd one. I read the first 2, okay, but I'm savoring the 3rd one because I don't actually want it to end. I really dig it, dude. And I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I love the fact that you are an artist and a collector at the same time, and a creative guy. And I know you got other stuff cooking and in the works in that lane. But is there anything you want to say about that? I mean, you don't have to, but I just wanted to give you props for your creativity, man. It's really cool.
I mean, the only thing I'll say is that like it has given me more. Like I always appreciated art. I always appreciated comic art, but it's given me more appreciation for the stuff people do and how difficult it really is and how much time it takes. And so, I mean, yeah, I know like you appreciate the stuff. I appreciate it.
When I'm done reading it, I can maybe once they let me, within 6 feet of a person, I'll hand it off to Arsenio because we're both in Brooklyn. But
it's all right. Send me your address, and if you just want to pay for shipping, I'll send you out some books.
There you go. It's well worth the shipping price.
I have plenty of them. But yeah, I mean, it's just like it really kind of shed a new light on how much work it takes to make a comic book and to do the art and make it cohesive or hopefully make it cohesive. So yeah.
And people are interested. Rob Boswell, where can I get Missing Pieces?
Just from me, and yeah. So just hit me up on IG if anyone wants it. This was not supposed to be a plug, but I appreciate everyone's support.
Well, I had to give you a little plug for it because I do really, really like it. The end of issue 1 is one of the most shocking things that I've ever read in a comic book. I won't do any spoilers, but I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that panel and that page.
It's a twist.
So, yeah, there's definitely a twist. What's up, Comic Book Champs in the house? Comic Head 84 Kenny, what's up? Good to see you, brother. Gomez wants a set now too, man. Holy hell, you're selling some comic books here tonight. Okay, we'll start the bidding. No. Yeah. All right, man. All right, so let's dive right into it. This is unrelated and maybe has nothing to do with the art that you collect, but
I've got nowhere to be.
You got what?
I said I've got nowhere to be.
You got nowhere to be, yeah. Same.
Yeah, let's take our time.
But I remember you saying one time, maybe I misheard this story, that when you were in art school, one of your art teachers was David Mazzucchelli, who's one of my all-time favorite Batman and Daredevil artists, period. Yeah. And when I heard you say that, like my mind melted a little bit. And I always wanted to dive further into that and ask you what that was like, having like such a master of a comic book artist being one of your art teachers.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. I had him for 2 semesters.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So not only a master artist, really like a master of the craft and the medium itself. Like his knowledge level is insanely high. Like he just knows about visual storytelling more than anyone I've talked to. And
that's awesome.
Like really pleasant, really polite, really helpful. Just, I don't know. I can't say enough good things about him. And, clearly, obviously I was a huge fan of him before that, but it really cemented it as one of the best artists for me, because like getting to know how, like getting to see his thought process of how he does stuff, and he brought in like some original pages and stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's all time.
So that's an example of when you meet one of your heroes and get to learn from them, and it doesn't disappoint. It lived up to it.
He's not a big pretentious jerk who just like tears you apart.
Awesome. All right. Well, I didn't mean to sidetrack us with that. Let's get to the artwork. But I always found that so cool. So I definitely wanted to ask you while I had you here for a second. Guest go first, man. You want to show a piece?
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna put you full screen. We're gonna start sharing some art, guys. Thanks again for coming by here. This is Original Art Hour, and my guest is White Whale Comics.
All right, thanks. So a few of the things I'm going to show tonight actually are in multiple pieces, and there's usually a reason for that. The first one I'm going to show is from Ben Caldwell.
Okay, cool.
And this is a sketch that I got from him, Wonder Woman sketch.
Was it pencils?
It's pencils, and he sells these on his Instagram. He has daily doodles, he calls them. So this is the quote doodle that he did. And he just puts them up and he gives a price, and the first person to claim them just gets them.
That's sick, man. That's just a doodle. Do you know how much time he spent on it?
I don't know, but he posts like sometimes multiples a day, so he must do them pretty quickly.
That's amazing. Is that Wonder? I mean, it looks like
it's Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been following him for a while, and wanted to get something from him because I think his art's really, really cool, very like animated, inspired. And so I saw this and I was like, well, everyone makes the Wonder Woman white whale jokes, so I said I'm going to jump on this one. It was just a cool piece too. So I bought it from him, and then it didn't show up.
Oh man. And
so I messaged him back and I said, hey, like, do you happen to have tracking for this? Because it's been a few weeks and I don't know like what happened, blah, blah, blah. And he didn't get back to me. And finally, like after like 3 messages, I'm like, all right, what's the deal with this guy? And finally he messaged me back and he said like, sorry, I've been really busy. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, here is the information. He sent me the stuff. And what happened was, because I paid through PayPal and I did goods and services,
mm-hmm.
It auto-generated my old address.
Oh man.
So I was like, oh, okay, that sucks, man. So I contacted my real estate agent from Massachusetts and said, hey, like, can you reach out to the buyer, or like, can I get his email or something to see if like maybe the package arrived there? And she emailed him for me, and he said like, no, nothing's come. So I was like, well, that sucks. So I went ahead and I was like, well, I still want to get a piece. So I got this.
Oh man, that's gorgeous.
And I love robots and I love dinosaurs, and I mean,
I love both of those things also.
Cheerleaders are cool too. Not usually my speed, but
I should have pulled my. I have a hot girl on a dinosaur piece from Neil Adams. But I didn't pull it off the wall today. But
so I ordered this, and that came right away. So I was like, great. And then I bought the Wonder Woman back in September, and it showed up in late February.
So it got rerouted,
but like it never actually went to the other place. I don't know what took so long, but so I finally got it. I emailed him and I said, like, I emailed Ben Caldwell. I was like, hey, just let you know that piece finally came. And he said legitimately, that is a relief. I felt so bad about it. So really, really seems like a really nice guy. Awesome art. Like I said, follow him on Instagram, and you can pick up something cool like that for a pretty reasonable price.
That's awesome, dude.
They're like about $60 a piece, I think.
Yeah, that's more than worth it. I love penciled art, just the pure pencils.
And like especially on this Wonder Woman one, you can see like he changed where the placement of her arm was, where the shield was going to be. And left it there, and I think stuff like that's really cool. It just gives you like a story about him, how he drew it.
definitely very reasonable to Unruly's comment right there. High quality art from for affordable price is always is a good thing. What's up, Mr. Gretzky 9966 is in the house. Good to see you, man. All right, well, I was gonna show some pages that I actually bought from Alec about a year ago as my first piece to connect the dots. But since you showed something Wonder Woman, I'm kind of leaning towards showing something Wonder Woman. Which way should I go? I'll show something Wonder Woman. I'll save the pages I bought from Alec as a tease for later. How do I? There we go.
They're not missing pieces pages.
No, not missing pieces. No, you may not even remember that this happened, but I did buy some pages from you. When I show them, you'll probably.
Yeah, no, I think I remember.
But, yeah. So this is actually from This is a published page. This is from Wonder Woman issue number 46. On like the latest, like the the latest DC volume, I believe. And this is when David Finch was doing the interiors and Scott Hanna was doing the inks. So this is I have this in a comic art frame right now. And I love David Finch here. I'm going to go full screen. Yeah. Love David Finch. So much detail on this page. It's basically a splash page. I call this like a hybrid splash page because you do technically have a separate panel up here.
It's still like a full page behind it.
It's still like a huge full page though, really, like with so much detail in that page. And Scott Hanna does an amazing job with the inks over Finch here. But you do have Wonder Woman right up here. She's protecting, I think, a child in her arms right there. So Diana is on the page. But the star of this page is this giant splash section right here with, a massive crowd of people. You have like little details, individual hairlines, just a lot of gorgeous detailed work going on right here. So hope you guys enjoyed seeing that.
Take to ink that, it's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. That's definitely gonna take a long time to ink. To D-Rum's point, Scott Hanna is definitely a fantastic inker. Magic Lasso is asking me any specific place I go to get my comic art frames at. Yeah, I go to Bags Unlimited, bagsunlimited.com. They sell kind of like affordable frames that are meant specifically for comic art. They include like a plastic layer and then also like a Mylar layer underneath. So it has like a pretty good amount of UV protection and stuff. It's a good temporary solution to pieces that you maybe eventually want to custom frame or a way to like swap pieces in and out. Like I can easily take this page out and put another page in and I don't have to do, you know what I mean? So if I need to rotate pages around, these frames really, really do a nice job of that kind of stuff. So what's up, Hero and the Kid? Welcome to the party. Good to see you. I'm going to throw it back to Alec to show another piece. Sure. But hope you guys like that David Finch Wonder Woman page.
So quite a few of the pieces I'm showing, like I do have a couple of published pieces that I'm showing tonight, but I'm a big original sketch guy. Like that's where a lot of my focus lies in collecting. So I just want to not give a disclaimer and say that, but
Oh no, you don't need to give a disclaimer. Any kind of original art is up for showcasing on this program. I have no qualms or preferences over types really that we show. Chris is in the house. I got issues. What's up, my friend? Man? Jay Hood's also in the house, a previous guest on this program, the first guest on this program ever, actually. So welcome, Jay Hood.
Next few pieces I'm going to show are recent acquisitions. I got them in Baltimore last year. I don't know if anyone has seen them yet. I posted a couple on my Instagram, I think. But the first one is from Mark Buckingham, who is, I know him mostly from Fables. I know he's done a ton of other stuff, and obviously I've seen other stuff he's done, but that's where I kind of fell in love with his art. And what a pleasant guy he is, I'll tell you that. I went up to him and I was going to get a Fables character, but he had a book of pre-done sketches at Baltimore, and I saw this and I was like, well, I just have to buy this instead. So,
oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, and he personalized it. I get a lot of my stuff personalized because I don't ever plan on selling.
That's a great signature too.
Yeah, really nice, really clear.
Yeah.
And he does a little like other.
He personalized it to you right there.
Yeah. And the little B as well. So he does like kind of double signs it.
What's up, Count Von Strange? That's gorgeous, dude. Yeah, that's great pencil work.
It's funny because I don't know how many people know this. I have a Fables tattoo on the back of my arm. Yeah. And I met Bill Willingham a few years ago, and I, introduced myself and I said, big fan of Fables, blah, blah. And I said, I actually have a tattoo. And I showed it to him, and he looked at me like I was a crazy person. I mean, he was like pleasant enough about it, but like he was like, "Oh,
dude, I need to get on that." Unruly has been like on my case to read Fables. I have never read a single issue. I feel like a poser or something.
So, but when I showed Mark Buckingham, he was like so psyched. He's like, "Can I take a picture and put it on my social media?" And like, it's like, "Yeah, man."
That's awesome.
So, just funny the difference in reactions I got to it from the two creators.
Thought the Fables tattoos on your butt
cheek, but it's a tramp stamp. No, it's back here.
Willingham drew a couple issues of Justice League in the 80s. Nice.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time, but for sure.
Awesome. 30 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for your support. Really appreciate that. All right, is it my turn? I'm going to show those pages that I teased earlier. So,
okay,
and your partner in crime for the charity auction that went down a year ago in April to raise money for a great cause. I got issues. Chris is in the chat actually, so good timing. But I believe Alec put these two Lady Death, Brian Pulido, Lady Death. Yep. Pages, which were penciled by what's his name, Fabrizio Fiorentino, if I got that accent correct, and inked by Randy Emberlin. But as you can see, this page, this issue 5, page 2, this is another hybrid, almost full page splash, but instead of the panel being up there, you got the panel being down here. But so much detail. Randy Emberlin also signed in the corner right here and dated 2003. Great page, man. So much detail here. You can notice something different every time looking at a page like this.
The hardest thing about running that charity auction is that, there were so many generous people who sent me so much, and me and Chris, so much stuff to auction off for charity, and not wanting to just like keep all of it or buy it off the people straight out was just like, was tough because I had this like pile of really cool books and art and stuff in my house. Like, oh man. I think it's a Pawtucket Red Sox cap.
I think when you mailed me this, you also mailed me the missing pieces issues at the same time. Possibly, I don't remember if that's exactly what happened. But here's the other page. The other page is pretty sweet too, man. Look at that. I love that page.
Yeah. That Lady Death right there.
Yeah. So I bought the GSX, Chris Barrett.
Tried to gift it back.
I tried, but Issues wasn't having it.
Yeah,
what's up, Bake? Good to see you, brother. And George said it earlier, but Randy Emberlin, another incredibly talented inker, man. Some really great ink work here. So it's pretty cool, man. I'm not a big Lady Death guy per se. I'm not an expert. Like, it's not a book or series that I've read. I haven't really followed Brian Pulido's work that closely or anything like that. But he's like, I regret not letting you give it back to me. No worries. Take the time. Unruly says, I remember that auction now. Thank you, House Till the End. I don't remember if I said hi to you, but thanks for being here for the show. But these are really cool pages, and frankly, when I see charity, my wallet opens up a little bit.
Yeah,
and sure. I don't think anybody else was really bidding on the art, which I found surprising at the time. So I kind of just stole these, frankly. But yeah,
definitely got a good deal. I remember that.
I did. All right, buddy. It's on to you.
In the chat about my hat. It is a Pawtucket Red Sox hat or a Paw Sox hat, but they don't exist anymore. They are now in Worcester, Massachusetts, and called the Woo Sox.
Ooh, Woo Sox.
So, yeah. This is a vintage, I guess. Another piece that I got at Baltimore this year was from Cully Hamner, who was another real pleasant guy to talk to, and I got a Catwoman from him. And like, a lot of people just do kind of pencils or pen and ink, but he went like full out marker shading.
Is that the goggle look? I like that.
Yeah.
Look. Yeah.
So he specifically asked like which. It's funny. So this has happened more than once, and I'll bring it up again later when I show another Catwoman piece. People usually ask, if you ask for Catwoman, which one you want, and I always say, the Darwin Cook goggles Catwoman, and almost every time the artist responds with, "Well, of course, that's the best one." And I mean, not only is it a great design, but I think it shows people's like general respect for Darwin Cook as an artist. And
yeah, dude, I love Darwin Cook's artist. I mean, he's on my hit list as far as like Grail art. Like I want an original art, like whether it's a sketch, a prelim, or a published thing. I really don't care. I just want something that I find that I connect with, that I can afford, because because he's passed away, so it's harder. But.
He's, like probably the guy I regret not meeting the most, who's passed away. So like I never met Stanley. That would have been cool, but I did get to meet Bernie Wrightson. I did get to meet Michael Turner.
Yeah. Yeah, and your Michael Turner story is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'll retell it a little later if you want.
Word. I mean, that's up to you. Issues. Who's Darwin? Get out of here. All right. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
All right. So
if you're being serious, or anyone who doesn't know, he's a wonderful artist who passed away a few years ago from cancer, I believe. That's but right. He's probably most well known for doing DC's New Frontier.
And I actually have a page from New Frontier back there, except it's a David Bullock page instead of a David Cook page. But my C2E2 crew friends hooked me up with that as an A-OK, so that's pretty sweet.
But the Catwoman run right after all the Adam Hughes covers, he did the art in that run. Nice. Who's art German?
Yeah, Comic 84 says, I have almost zero interest in gold label slabs, with the one in his PC is Darwin Cook. Yeah, and that's a great book. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to show this page. This is a page from an Elektra book, Elektra issue number 28, and it's a Sean Chen page. Now Elektra isn't on the page, but I just love the detail in this page. Like it's literally a guy being. Yeah, it's in the previous page, Elektra is basically throwing this guy out the window.
Insane.
And this is the guy falling essentially to his death out the window. It's a complete splash page, penciled by Sean Chen and inked by Sandu Floria. Now, I don't know, should I mess around with taking this page out of here? Because on the back there's the prelim. He actually goes through the prelim, so it is cool. It is cool to see. So I will risk it. Why the hell not? And I will take this page out for you guys.
I really can't watch this. Art is very dangerous.
It is, brother. It is, brother. And I don't deny it. I don't deny that. So here we go. Here's the prelim on the back.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Pencil prelim on the back, and then fully penciled and inked page cool. Right there. Yeah, dude, I love this page. I mean, just something about this page. It's just amazing, dude. Thank you guys. John's Comics with Kids is in the house. What's up, John? Geek Aficionado is reminding me to wash my hands. I believe me, everybody's reminding me all day, all night. This art is like a bad dream. But real quickly, I'm going to do a 2-for-1. I don't want to cheat, but there is no. I'm doing
a 2-for-1. So
there you go. Perfect.
So.
So obviously no Elektra on this page, but I do have Sean Chen, same artist. Little quick Elektra head sketch right there.
I dig quick hits like that. Like they're just cool looking.
Dude, right?
They're like simple,
quick bust sketches, man. There's nothing wrong with it. They're affordable, and they're fun to collect as well. So. Thank you guys, appreciate that. It is a splat page, according to Kachu. Splat page. That's good. All right, brother. I'm gonna go to you next, man.
All right.
While I put this page gingerly back into its container.
So this is my first like big boy piece of the night. I also got this in Baltimore. and another just like guy who could not have been more humbled, like more polite, more thankful that like I just went up before I even bought anything. I just went up and said how much of a big fan I am, and he was just like, I'm sure he hears it all day, but he still was like seemed very honestly thankful about it. Stan Sakai.
Oh man, I know this one. Yeah,
I could not let this not come home with me.
That's awesome, dude.
Absolutely love this piece.
Yeah, what's up, Biggie?
I've been wanting to get something from him for a long time, and not to sound too morbid, but he's getting up there, and I didn't want to miss the opportunity to buy something from him.
Mr. Garrell, this is my 5th episode of this show, bro. You obviously haven't been around recently, but
first big boy, how many do you have left? Yeah, you'll see. I got a couple. Not as many as Kavi, but I've got a couple of nice things that I'll be showing. But
I'm not showing any big boys tonight. I'm letting Whale do his thing, man. I would have to re-show stuff, so trying not to be repetitive. But that's an amazing dude.
He does so many of these sketches, and like every con he has a big sketchbook of them, or a big portfolio of them. So I'm sure they're going to be like available for a long time. I'm sure the price is going to go way up once he passes away, which I hope is not for a long time.
I hope so too.
Doing awesome work. You guys have the current Usagi run.
He's another guy that I don't have anything in my PC from that. That he's on that list where I got to have at least one piece to complete the collection at some point.
But yeah, like I said, I really wanted to get something from him while he was still alive. So, and I saw this, and so I put it on the old credit card.
There you go, brother. Sometimes you do that, So we're not immune to it. All right, so I think the artist of this next piece that I'm going to show is in the chat, Arsenio, the art chemist. So I bought that Silver Surfer. I keep going the wrong way, but that Silver Surfer piece right there that from him, and he threw in this other amazing piece, and I wanted to showcase it here. That's this Batman right here. Really cool piece that he just threw in as a bonus for me, which was super awesome of him. So if you guys haven't checked out the art chemist, Arsenio's artwork, go check him out on Instagram. He's got a YouTube account. I think he does commissions and sketch covers and stuff like that. But this is a badass Batman that I didn't even ask for and I'd never seen before, and he just gave it to me. So that's pretty awesome of him, man. And we got so many great artists in this YouTube comic community. I mean, Alec is one of them on this show right now. Arsenio, the art chemist, and then for my next 2 pieces, I'm also going to show from another community member some artwork. So I pulled out a bunch of the community member pieces tonight because we had a community member who was an artist on the show tonight. So yeah, I wanted to give him some shine here. And looks like people are digging it.
A lot of talent for sure.
What's up?
There's a lot of talent in this community for sure.
Oh yeah, dude, for sure, man. What's up, Man Cave? Man Cave's in the house. Good to see you, brother.
I don't know if you saw I Got Issues comment. He said Sakai is doing free remarks in any book purchased from his site over the next 2 weeks. He also has a ton of art on his site right now for reasonable prices. So
man, the comments are coming so fast I can barely keep up, which is crazy. Thank you guys for your support.
Thanks for the heads up. If anyone has
that's really good to know. Thank you.
And like artists are struggling right now, just like the rest of us, because they don't have any income coming in. So if anyone has a little bit to spare to help them out,
for sure. And a lot of them are doing things like commissions where like proceeds are going to food banks and things like that, like things to help other people, which is amazing. What's up, Jack B? Good to see you, brother. Speaking of talented community members, 36 Chambers Tattoo Studios in the house. I'm going to be showing some pieces that he's done tonight as well to continue to.
Jay Hood's in the chat too.
Jay Hood's working on my piece now. So a full-size Batman and Robin piece, which I'm so excited. I can't wait to see where he goes with it.
Very cool.
Word. All right, brother. You are up. What's up, NC Slapjacks in the house?
Unfortunately, this next piece, I don't know the name of the artist because it's not written anywhere on it. The signature is ineligible.
A little element of mystery. I like that. I have a couple pieces that I don't know the artist. They're sketch covers. They're not full size, but
I actually bought this from a charity auction. Speaking of which, at Pittsburgh Comic Con, probably close to 20 years ago.
Wow.
And for those of you who don't know, in addition to being a big comic fan and a big metal fan and all these things, I am a huge Disney fan.
That's right. Now you live right down the street.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't go right now. But
yeah, I know.
I did. So when I saw this piece, I had to bid on it.
Oh my god, dude!
Back up so you can see the whole thing, but. I think that Darkwing Duck has one of the best rogue galleries in all of superherodom. So when I saw this with all the rogues, I was like, "Oh man, it's so cool!" So I
was obsessed with a cartoon when I was a kid.
It was so good.
It was so good.
So when I saw it, I started bidding on it, and I had like every time I go to an auction like that, I've got like a max that I don't want to really go over. Yeah. And it got to that point, and someone else bid on it past me. So I was like, okay, well. I guess.
Oh, I know that moment.
And I was showing restraint, and I wasn't going to bid. And the person running the auction looked at me, and she said, "Let's get dangerous." And I was like, all right. Well, you got me there. So I bid one more time, and it was enough to get it. So,
wow. Congrats, man. That's a great page.
Really cool.
That's great.
But yeah, it's not like from an official Disney artist or anything. It's just.
Man, you got to frame that one, dude. I know everybody's got their own reasons for framing things, but that one's awesome, man.
Yeah, you'll see. I've got a few things that I should get framed, but framing's expensive.
All of us art collectors are way behind in our, we're way ahead in our collecting versus our framing. That's just the way.
Oh yeah, hey, it's just like CGC books, right?
Exactly. What's up, Roderick in the house? Good to see you, brother. 40 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for supporting a show about original art. I really do appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to show, we're prompting Garrel to actually watch Darkwing Duck, so go ahead and do that. Highly recommended. I don't know if this next community member is in the chat or not, but he is another community member who is amazingly talented. And does his own artwork. I believe is open to doing commissions. I was actually the first guy to ever commission him,
nice.
Which is crazy to me because I feel like this guy's talent goes, beyond me being the first guy to commission him. But I was proud of the fact that I did commission him. First, I'm going to show you a piece that I bought from him outright. He just did this piece, and based on how awesome I thought this piece was, I totally trusted him with a commission, right? This is the artist we're talking about is Jimmy Boatwright. Boatwright Comics and Family, or is it Family and Comics? Don't quote me on his channel name, but I just call him Jimmy Boatwright or Boatwright. And he did this incredible Joaquin Phoenix Joker piece, like inspired from the movie, this marker piece. And I thought he just nailed the likeness here. Like he even did that silhouette of like his backstage like dance move that he did in the movie before he, appeared on that Robert De Niro hosted program. But look how awesome that likeness is of the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. He nailed it. What'd you say, dude?
Unmistakable, Joaquin Phoenix.
Right? I mean, holy crap, right? Like I just thought he just nailed this piece. Like major props to Boatwright. So if you haven't actually seen his artwork, definitely go check him out. Now, not to spend too little time on this, but since I'm doing a 2-for-1 here, I'm going to tell the story about the second one. So the second one, I asked him to do a commission for one of my favorite characters in a modern indie series, Brian K. Vaughan's Saga, Image Comics. And Comic at 84 is plugging Boatwright's YouTube there, so thank you for that, homie. So I asked him to do a commission, one of my favorite characters, the lead female character, Alana, from Saga, and he had to do. It took him a minute because it's not a character that everybody requests, or that it's like not a common request, right? Not a common character that people draw just to jam on or whatever. So he needed some reference materials. He needed like some input on it, and he wasn't happy with his first attempt. And he sent me his first attempt separately. Like he just threw it in, right? I'm not going to show the first attempt because I want to make sure he's cool with me showing the first attempt. That he wasn't, yeah, the one that he didn't like. And I thought it was really cool actually, but but he wanted to do it over essentially. And in the second one, I think he nailed it. He did such a good job of it that I asked him not to color it because I really liked the kind of gray tone nature of the way he had it, and I think it worked perfectly. And I have the first attempt on the back, so I'm not going to flip it around and show the first attempt. But this is the final one from Jim Boatwright of Alana from Saga, along with her child, which is the main character, the narrator that tells the whole tale. So pretty sick piece there.
Very cool.
From Boatwright. So major props to Jimmy Boatwright. Super talented artist in our community, and go hit him up, man. He does some good work, dude. Definitely. So yep, very cool Saga. All right, man. I'm losing track of the chat room. I'm trying to like keep up. I'm trying to go as quick as I can. If you guys made comments and I didn't get a chance to highlight it, I apologize, guys. Like I can only see what I see on the screen. So many people coming out to support the show. I really do appreciate that. So back to you, my friend. I want to see your next piece, man. I can't wait to see what you got.
So speaking of my comic, glad you brought it up so I don't have to tell the story. The first con I ever did where I was trying to sell my book, I was a couple tables down from these three guys who were selling their comic that they were doing. And one of the guys was this just like super friendly, like really jovial guy who came over to my table early on and said hi and asked about my comic. And it was just like, made it like set me at ease a little bit. Mm-hmm. And he was doing sketches all weekend, and I was seeing the stuff that come out of his table. I was like, this guy's killer. So on the Sunday, I was like, hey, if you have time, could I get a sketch from you? And he's like, yeah, sure. And so I saw the stuff he was doing, and he like went above and beyond for the same price he was charging everyone else for this piece he did for me. And if Bear Island's in the chat, hold on to your butts, boys.
I don't know if I saw Bear Island, but
I know he's a big Poison Ivy fan.
He is. Woo!
And there it is. I don't know if I said the name of the artist. The name's
gorgeous.
Ray.
I wish I had motion control over your camera so I could zoom in on all the right things.
Yeah, I can zoom in. And I was actually going to zoom in not for the pervy reasons, but you just get a little bonus. But you can see like gold ink for the.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, it's really cool. His name's Ray Arzeno or Ray Arzenio. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but
he's got a great signature also.
Yeah,
it's very stylish.
So was really blown away by that piece when I saw it finished.
Yeah.
Big track says "Lucky Leaves." This is the kind of piece that you want to see in 360.
That's an amazing piece, dude. Another one for that framing cue.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah. All right, man. Awesome. All right. Well, we might be running long over an hour on this episode. I think we're like 45 minutes in, but I don't care. I'll keep hanging out till we get tired.
I can go rapid fire too. I still got a few things I want to share.
Yeah, no worries. We'll keep it going. I'm cool with running late if you are. I don't want to take up your time.
D-Roy says Bear is rolling over in his grave right now.
Yeah, we got to encourage him to catch the rewind just for that piece, man. Yeah. That's awesome.
I've got a couple other Poison Ivies coming up too. So
awesome. All right, so I'm gonna continue the theme of sharing community, YouTube comic community member artwork here, and I believe this guy's in the chat. My boy H, 36 Chambers Tattoo Studio. He sent me this penciled piece as an AOK, and it really just blew me away. This Carnage piece right here, all pencils.
Man, it looks inked.
It looks inked because technically this border. Okay. Well, let me go full screen. Sorry.
But still, like you got some deep blacks with those pencils.
Oh yeah, he's really taking the pencil work and elevating it there with you know, with different colors shading on the pencil work. And I think he listened to something I was saying on a previous episode of the show, saying how much I was a fan of pencil work, and he took that into mind, and he hooked me up. There he is. 36 Chambers is in the house. So yeah, dude, 36 is incredible, and he hooked your boy up with this incredible. Look at that gold sig right there. One of one, baby. You know, but it's an awesome piece. I definitely want to frame this. It's kind of a smaller size. You see how it's like how small it is on this giant board. Yeah, so I need to get some different size frames or whatever to hook this one up. But I really love this, man. And you guys know I'm a big Carnage fan, so he really hooked that up. I think 36 Chemist asked me what the art is on the wall. I'm not sure which piece on the wall he's asking about, but maybe if you want to clarify that, I can answer it later. But the one up there, that's a Ron Lim Silver Thanos versus Silver Surfer piece, which it's hard for me to get it down off the wall up there. I need to like get on a ladder and stuff. That's why I've never it kind of brought it down. But what's up, Perry's in the house. Good to see you, Perry. But yeah, 36 Chambers is a bad dude. He's a skilled dude. I'm gonna do a 2-for-1. Sorry, I'm gonna 2-for-1 special. I also got this incredible sketch cover from him. He does sketch cover work.
That's awesome.
Look at that. Look how gorgeous that woman is. I mean, I believe that's like similar to the likeness of the actress in the Blade Runner 2049 movie, Ana de Armas, who's she's beautiful. But this is a beautiful drawing right here from 36 Chambers on a sketch cover. I love this one so much. This might be one of my favorite sketch covers I've ever gotten.
Yeah, it almost looks like a legit B cover or something.
Doesn't it? It's so nice, man. And the second he like posted a picture of it, I jumped on it. Like he'll tell you, like I didn't allow anybody else to get this. I was on it and I sent the money absolutely immediately. So thank you so much, 36. You guys got to hit this dude up. He's taking commissions now. I know he's looking for additional work and stuff during this whole, COVID situation. So there you go. Rob Boswell's got some in the works from 36. I know Unruly Simeon has got something in the works with 36. So he looks expensive, but he's more affordable than you'd think. So just hit him up, have a conversation with him, and see what he can do for you, because he obviously does some awesome stuff, some awesome work. All right.
So luckily, my next one doesn't have really a story around it, so it's going to be quick. Save us some time, but it's a J.G. Jones.
Oh my God. That's gorgeous.
I love the composition of this one. It's just, it's like sits on the page real nicely. And
yeah, it's very nicely centered, dude.
Watercolor. Yeah.
Is that ink wash or watercolor?
I think it's watercolor. It looks like
watercolor.
It's definitely brushwork, whatever it is. I don't know.
People are digging your hat, by the way.
Oh yeah, man. all the rounders. Know what's
there
up.
You go. We got some love for 36 in the chat.
So yeah, there you go.
Dude, that's a gorgeous page. That's gorgeous, man. All right. I'm forgetting how to use StreamYard. Hold on. There we go. Oh, there it is. All right. I'm gonna show two more community. I'm gonna do a quick 2-for-1. 2 different community members. First up, I want to give a shout out to Steven Geeks, Drinks, and Comics, who sent this to me as an AOK. This like graffiti style art on this Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #1. I just thought was really kind of innovative. Like I've never had somebody approach a sketch cover like this before, let alone a comic book community member. What were you saying?
The colors are so cool on that.
The colors are very cool on that. So thank you, Steven, Geeks, Drinks, Comics, another awesome community member. Sends AOKs out a lot to a lot of people. So I definitely appreciated getting this in the mail from him as an AOK. And then another AOK, and this is my second sketch cover from this community member. And this was another AOK. This was sent to me by Kenny, Comic Head 84. Yeah, KH. And obviously this is Punisher, a little Frank Castle sketch right there. So my other Comic Head 84 original is a Doctor Strange. So really happy to have this. 84 is definitely talented, and Geek Strength Comics is definitely the man. I love these guys. So I mean, I don't remember. I think I showed like 5 community member art already, 5 or 6, something like that. There's so many great talented artists in this comic book community. So I wanted to make sure while I had one on the air here that I plugged in. I plugged a few of them. Yeah, because I know you're not going to show your own art. You're too.
No, hell no.
Yeah. You know, you're too proud for that, or not proud. I don't know. Yeah. Well, whatever the opposite of proud is, self-deprecating.
So this next one does have a little story behind it. I met Amanda Connor years ago at a con, and all weekend I was trying to get a sketch from her, and I could never really like make it to her table when she was sketching or whatever. And finally on Sunday, I got in line like midday, and I was just like, I'm just gonna wait. I don't care. So I waited and waited, and the guy in front of me just like would not stop talking. And so she finished with him, and then I go up to the table, and she says, "I'm really sorry, but we have to leave early, her and Jimmy, because we have a flight to catch." She's like, "I feel terrible. I know you've been waiting. That guy was talking for a long time." And I was like, "Well, I understand. Like, it's disappointing, but whatever. What can you do?" And so she's like, "I'll tell you what I'll do for you." She's like, so I had a piece of paper with me. She said she wrote on it, like, "I owe Alec one sketch at the next con," like to like make sure that like when I saw her that she made time for me. Basically, she wasn't giving me a free sketch, but still. Mm-hmm. So next time I saw her, I still had like an idiot, like a nerd. I still had the page, and I brought it up to her, and she had a good laugh. And she's like, "Well, I guess I got to make time for you." And so this is another one that I asked for Catwoman, and she said which one, and I told her, and she said the same thing.
Oh, that's cool. I love the wink.
Yeah, it's real cute. It's like very Amanda Connor.
Yep.
And like you can't, I'm sure it's not going to pick up on camera because she erased it.
Is that a pink border? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like a purpley pink. Down at the bottom of the page, you can just barely see the note she's written.
Yeah, I don't think I can see it.
No,
I'm blind. Yeah. But that I do like the pink border too. To Bates' point.
You can see like just the faint pencil.
Oh yeah, I see some faint writing now. Yeah, so. Dude, that's an awesome.
Yeah, so awesome. worth the wait. She's a delight.
That's awesome, dude. Rob Boss with boobs and leather. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong there. All right, so I'm gonna show. Well. All right, I think I'm going to show, I'll go back to a published piece, I guess, because it's been a minute. I've been showing community art for a second here. This is like one of the newer published pieces I have in my collection. First, I'll show what comic book it's from. And before you guys go crazy, okay, so this is the comic book, okay? This is Wonder Woman issue number 30. This is from that, that volume that George Perez basically was the mastermind behind. Did the majority of the covers. He did a lot of the writing. But by issue 30, he wasn't doing the interior pencils and inks. Chris Marinan and Will Blyberg were doing the pencils and inks. But I don't have the cover. This is a George Perez cover. I would love a George Perez cover.
That's next level.
Believe me, that is definitely next level. Perfect way to describe it, next level. But I do have this this Chris Marinan and Will Blyberg splash page, the first page of this issue. And it's a great splash page. Fantastic published splash page. And hey, George Perez wrote the words on the page.
So still got his ink on there.
Yeah, exactly. It counts.
It's so cool because when they used to do all that stuff by hand, because the newer pages don't have that anymore.
I know, right? all the details, and you got the stats being like glued on and stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is a fantastic page. Obviously, you got Wonder Woman, but you got what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other full-bodied like female baddies on this splash page.
And
Yep, and you got Wonder Woman trade dress right here. So this has all the qualities for like a fantastic Wonder Woman published splash page. It's got that old school vibe. So yeah, dude, I'm pretty happy with that pickup. And it's I'm building almost like what you would call like a Wonder Woman wall, or like a DC. Well, basically it's a DC superhero wall in a different part of my place. And this is kind of in that Wonder Woman section, along with the Jenny Frison cover and the Neil Adams Wonder Woman sketch and stuff, which I've shown on
no big deal.
Previous episodes. Yeah, no big deal. So yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate the feedback. What's up, Tony Sanders? Good to see you, brother. All right. Back to you, my friend.
So the next one I'm going to show is, I'm pretty sure the first sketch I ever got at a show was at just like a tiny random con that was in Massachusetts years and years and years ago, where they had only like a couple of guests, and one of them was Craig Rousseau, and he did this really cool Batman animated piece for me.
Oh man, cool! I love people that I love playing off of that animated series look.
I thought it had so much personality, and I actually had this frame for a long time. It was up in my college dorm room, along with my Scarface poster, because everyone's got to have a Scarface poster in college.
Like Al Pacino Scarface?
Yeah.
Not old school.
Yeah, not like the Batman Scarface.
There you go. Yeah, dude, great Batman animated series style.
It's just so fun, so much personality to this. So I love that piece.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. And I feel like I'm losing my voice a little bit. I hope not. Man. All right. My turn. All right. I'm going to show 2 more pieces. So we're about 3 minutes away from an hour. How many more you got in the arsenal?
I've got a few more. I can cut a few out.
No, you can do 2 for 1s or whatever.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I can go fast for a couple of them, but
all right. We'll do a lightning round, I guess.
Okay.
Gomez, it isn't my intention to make people want it, but the more people that want it, I think the better. I think because it's a part of the hobby that collectors don't focus as much on. Again, they're just not exposed to as much. That's the reason why I started the show. I wanted to bring on the few other people I know that like are into this side of the hobby, and show stuff that we have, so that maybe that it'll draw some interest in this side of the hobby, which is my goal, to put a spotlight on it. So
yeah, and Kavi and I were chatting earlier today about how he said he's like kind of running out of stuff to show for this program, and he said I'm gonna have to start repeating stuff, and I said, well, you're not seeing it anywhere else because it's here, it's in my collection, and that's it. Exactly. Especially like original sketches, you're really not seeing those anywhere else. So
no, you're not, because you don't have a published final product that people have imprinted in their memory or whatever.
So that's why I think like original art collecting is really kind of underappreciated, and like I know a lot of people are like way into it.
Yeah. Hey, Gorilla Todd, one of my previous guests, is also in the house. He's got some great art as well. I encourage you, if you missed that episode, I encourage you to check that one out as well. Big Snake's asking, do animation cells count as original art? I think so. I mean,
I actually almost showed an animation cell.
D-Runk, always fun to get. It's not cheap, but it doesn't have to be too expensive. Totally, man. There's a wide range of prices and types of pages and things that you can go after when it comes to original art. So, all right.
A lot of stuff I've shown tonight, or showing, is like I got for under $100.
There you go. Yeah, a lot of the stuff I've shown you I got for well under $100, or was given to me, by community members and stuff, which is incredible. So, all right, I'm going to show 2 quick pieces. Two female characters, one DC, one Marvel, and these are basically what I would call pinups. They're not published pages. They're illustrations done by artists that are original sketches. And this one is like a watercolor ink wash style Supergirl from this pinup artist called Mark Beecham. So I'm a big fan of Mark Beecham's pinup work. He does some, I guess, what you would call not safe for work style stuff. Yeah. And speaking of not safe for work, we got Bub's Comics here in the house, who shows up right on time. He says, have either of you ever had an artist turn your commission into a print? No, I don't think so on my end. I don't know about you.
So I usually don't have the kind of money to spend to do a commission that's like print quality.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I rarely have. I mean, I might have a couple that I think you could argue are print quality, like my Delato Darth Maul or something like that. But I don't think he had the rights to it because he doesn't own Star Wars. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, I guess the answer to that is no. But anyway, back to the art piece. Mark Beecham. This is one of my, I guess, my most risque pieces. Like, you can argue it's not safe for work, but it's not over the top. Anyway, it's Supergirl.
Nice. So
pretty damn sexy Supergirl right there. I'll go full screen, and you can see why. It's arguably not safe for work, but yeah. And J Hood's adding here that Beecham has done regular but racy comics too. Yeah. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy that eye candy for a couple seconds right there. Me likey. Yeah, pretty damn awesome Supergirl right there. Mild but sexy. Yeah, exactly. Kind of Turner-ish a little bit, yeah, with the face and sort of the body positioning and whatnot. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty happy with that one. Didn't cost me a pretty penny. Underrated artist that needs more awareness. I actually lost an auction on eBay today. That was a 2-piece Wonder Woman lot, where one was like a fully painted, colored like Wonder Woman, like sexy Wonder Woman. And the other one was like a kind of more of like ink wash style silhouette piece that used negative space. And the auction went for like $300 for 2 pieces, like $150 per piece. And I missed out on it. But yeah, I'm not even monetized, guys. I don't even have. I'm not even up to 700 subs. So anyway, later future. Unruly, I spent the entire first season of Supergirl hoping for an upskirt. All right, moving on. Moving on. Back to you, my friend.
Sure. You want me to just do some like?
Yeah. Go lightning round it.
Okay.
Go as many as you want.
I'm a big horror fan. I'm not a big horror comics fan, but I saw this and couldn't pass up on it. The penciler is Kevin West, the inker is Bob Almond, and it's a sweet Freddy page.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's instantly recognizable right there.
Like the likeness on that's killer. It's just like, again, like yours, like kind of a splash page.
Yeah.
And just like Freddy front center. So couldn't pass that up for sure.
You can get a lot of value when it's like a 3/4 splash page and not technically a full splash page. Right. You know what I mean? As far as money. Yeah.
And then
definitely amazing. That's awesome.
Another guy who I met years ago who's just a super funny, fun guy, Scott Wegner, does Atomic Robo. He also did a book for Image or Icon, I think it was, called Killer Demons. I got this page from that. Back before he got an agent, and it was super cheap. The next
there's a lot of cool stuff going on in that middle panel.
Oh, yeah. And he once he got an agent, I saw him at another con, and his prices had gone way up because the agent was like, "You're underselling yourself." So I got to kind of make out on that one.
That's awesome, man.
And then I got a couple of big things to show. I have some frame stuff I want to show too. I've got. All
right, you want to make your turn like your last turn like 1 mega round after I show my last piece. Why don't we do it that way?
Go for it.
All right, let's do it that way. All right, man. All right, this is gonna be my last piece of the night. I brought some other stuff out, but I don't want to derail a point, and I want you to do your mega rounds to cap us off here. But so this piece, I don't remember when I got this piece. It may have been like 2.5 years ago at this point, something like that. It's a fully like colored penciled. So it's penciled and then colored penciled, like not colored with paint or digital or whatever, but it's colored with colored pencil. And the artist's name is Jonatas. So basically, he's one of the Ed Benez guys. You know the Ed Benez studio.
Yep.
Familiar with them? And basically, it's like a revolving crew of like artists that come up under Ed Benez. And this is one of those artists. Jonatas, and this is an X23 illustration right here. Boom.
Whoa.
Love that X23 tattoo on her shoulder or forearm. But very, very detailed. Like, look at the jeans, like the detail work in the jeans. You got the claws out, you got the bag.
Very
like
nice.
Just everything about it, from the shoes. Yeah, everything about it is just the look on her face and everything, kind of her like makeup, kind of runny and stuff like that. I just love everything about this particular piece. Definitely in the framing queue for me. Ultimately, you got to find the right size piece, right size frame for it. But thank you, Andy. Appreciate that. He says, everyone remember to Hulk smash the like button for these guys. Thank you so much. But yeah, one of the Ed Benez guys, Jonatas, killer X23 illustration right here. This could be a cover, in my opinion. Wasn't used as a cover or anything, but that's why I could get it for super cheap, But I love this piece. So I don't know if I've shown it before, so I don't remember if I have. So there you go. I'm gonna wrap with that one tonight.
Very cool. That's a good one to wrap on.
Thanks, bud.
So I might have to take my headphones off to do the frame piece. I'm gonna try not to.
Do your thing, man.
The next
Take
three
your headphones off.
The next three pieces I want to show are from an artist named Andy Lee, who used to do conventions with David Mack. And then I saw David Mack at a convention one time, and I was like, hey, I haven't seen Andy around in a little while. And he said, yeah, he moved back to Hawaii, and he's like, I haven't even heard from him recently. So he kind of just like dropped off the face of the earth, which is a shame. I thought he was super cool and unique and talented the way he did stuff. So yeah, hold on 1 second.
No worries. Take your time.
So this is kind of like a trifecta of female Batman villainesses.
Woo.
First one, Harley Quinn.
I like the frame already. I know you can't hear me, but that's awesome.
And then I got, I'm going to do this one. Try to be careful with these.
Yeah, be careful. Don't drop. Oh, I love that frame. I've got a similar framework on one of my pieces. It's really nice. I know you can't hear me. That's sweet, dude.
And then Poison Ivy, of course. Gotta have Poison Ivy.
Hell yeah.
And this one is funny. I got a little funny story about this one. I had already gotten a Poison Ivy from him at the convention. I got this. And the last day of the con, he was just like still doing sketches and just putting them on the table for sale. And I saw that, and I was like, well, I guess I'm going to have to get another one. I'll
second Lasso. Those are awesome, bro. Yeah. Those are great frames, too. Great framework. I love the abstractness of that last Ivy piece, like the negative space and sort of abstract, like watercolor. Yeah, it's great.
So I made a joke. I was like, well, I guess I'll spend my gas money on this, to get home. And he was like, oh, are you serious? You can just take it. I was like, no, I'm just making a joke. Like, I'll be fine. But like the fact that he was just going to give it to me was really cool. Okay. Next in the lightning round is my biggest piece.
I agree, JP. I really love that Poison Ivy, dude. I love that.
This is a 2-page spread of Hours by Mike Oming.
Is that a wrap? So is that a double-page spread or a wraparound cover?
Double-page spread. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but he personalized it and did like a little remark on it. I don't know if the glare is killing it, but
yeah, that's awesome. You can see a little bit of the ring light, but it's fine.
There's that.
Hey, what's up, Sharon? She says, "Holy cow, Kavi and Alec together, awesome." We've been together before on other shows, but it's been a while. It's been a minute, I think.
So then I'm going to share my personal favorite piece last, which I don't think is going to be everyone else's favorite personal piece, but so I've got two Michael Turners to show.
Oh yeah.
First one is this Supergirl sketch.
Awesome.
Just like a real quick, and I got these both from him.
Even with so little, he does so much. Did so much.
Unmistakably Turner.
It's so good.
And then I guess the bigger one, both in size and detail.
Oh my God. I'm so jealous of that.
And this is definitely in the frame view, but
yeah.
I normally have these like in a portfolio. I pull them out for this, but like it's just cool to flip through them and see them.
Hell yeah! Can you go a little closer on that? Yeah. Jay Hood rubbing it in. He's not the biggest Turner fan. All right. He says that Supergirl is awesome.
Yeah, that was the I got to play Halo with.
I mean, definitely some whale flexing going on right there. That's as braggy as Alec gets. Not very.
I got but
that's up Mjolnir.
My personal, like, I guess, original art grail, and everyone will see why. Who knows me when they see it? But,
yes.
This is my original Strangers in Paradise page, and I think this is just like
beautiful.
I'm pretty sure this page in the comic doesn't have any words on it either. It's just like this beautiful little moment. If anyone's read the book, they'll know kind of like.
If you know anything about Alex, you know that that's basically his favorite comic book and probably one of his favorite, if not his favorite comic artist, right? Like
right there.
There you go. Yeah, and I included a Terry Moore like how to draw your own comic like image in the thumbnail of the video in Alex's honor. So yeah, dude, it's so nice, man.
The lines are so clean, and I love this piece.
And I know you got other Terry Moore pieces, but that's your Grail one, right?
Yeah, I got 3 sketches.
Some sketches, right?
That's the only like published. Original.
Right, from your favorite series of all time. So that's definitely Grail, dude. That's amazing. Wow, man. I think I might need a nap after this show. Like, I'm exhausted, man. Whew, man. You guys saw some fantastic art tonight from Alec from White Whale Comics. You saw some mediocre art from me. You had to listen to my voice all night long. I love doing these shows. I love bringing on these collectors and talking about artwork and hearing some stories like that and stuff. It's awesome, man. Thank you guys, everybody in the chat. We were like 45 people at one point on this show, which probably yeah, and I think it's the most people I've ever had live on this particular program. So,
I'll count that up to coronavirus and the. Not
right, exactly. Yeah, like what else are you gonna do on a Tuesday night at 9:00? Showcase all your original artwork.
Or Netflix, or watch a couple of jabronis talk about original art.
There you go. Thank you, JP, for softening the blow to my ego a little bit, saying that my art was fire. Also, Maggiolasso, well, like usual, all this amazing art will have me searching for original art for sale online tonight. I'm glad to contribute to the market. Later, Unruly Brother. No problem, House to the End. Gomez, thank you for being here, brother. Jay Hood says he still needs to show a sketchbook sometime. Do it on your channel, bro. I'll show up, man. I know, or come on this show again. I don't know. Your call. Mark Knapp, what's going on, brother? Agreed. White Whale has a sweet collection.
These are like what I consider like the best pieces, but I have a bunch more.
Word. Yeah. Well, we'll have to get your B tier in a future episode down the line. So. I mean, I'm on my like E tier at this point. No, I'm just kidding. I love everything that I show, dude. I love everything that I show as far as art, man. you know, it's not something like it's one of those things where it's like, you know, sometimes you're acquiring a lot of art, and then some other times you go months without, like months and months and months and months without getting a new piece. And it's just because you need to have a personal connection to it. You know what I mean?
Right. And you also like, it's oftentimes expensive, so you need to make sure like
between expense and like taste and like your particular, you know, habits.
I've seen great deals on artists I really like before, but like I just didn't care for the piece that much, and so I'm not going to shell out the money just to say like, oh, I have a piece by artist X, where like, unless it's someone like a George Perez or Neil Adams, you know, some like real big name where it's like pennies on the dollar, like, okay, I'll buy it maybe if I have the money. Yeah, you know, if it's still like within that range of expensive, like I'm just gonna wait and find the right piece because it'll come around.
Word.
It's definitely a patience game.
Hey Bub, hit me up, bro. My minimum level of entry is 10 pieces. So you've crossed that barrier. You need to have 10 pieces to show to appear on this art program, and that could be sketches, sketch covers, commissions, paintings, published pages, unpublished pages, whatever. Just as long as it's art. So I'd be happy to have you on, and just like J Hood, I would love to see what you got, dude. All right, man. Anything you want to plug before we hop on out of here?
Common Core folks and I are doing in a couple weeks Mainframe Comic Con right here on YouTube. So check out mainframecomiccon.com. We're getting a lot more guests lined up than or on the website right now. But we're gonna have some LCSs selling stuff. We're gonna have artist spotlights. They're hopefully gonna sell some sketches and prints and stuff, and we're just to, you know, help out the community. And any proceeds that we make from it are going to Hero Initiative or Red Cross. And we're doing panels. We have some celebrity stuff. So it's going to be a fun time because, you know, MegaCon, we were just talking before the show that obviously is supposed to be this coming weekend. And
I was supposed to be packing tonight for MegaCon, and my flight was tomorrow at like 5 a.m. And I literally would have been like meeting Alec in person for the first time and hanging out tomorrow. In another version of 2020, you know, the Twilight Zone or whatever. Bake's asking what channel's Mainframe? Is that on Comic Core?
It's going to be on the Comic Core channel as far as I know, unless something changes in the meantime. But check out mainframecomiccon.com for updates, or, you know, just message me or whatever. But it's going to be going.
Yeah, it's a great thing. It's a great thing you guys are doing. I love it. I'll be hanging out in my PJs all weekend long at that con.
All day Saturday and Sunday, not this coming weekend, but the next weekend, the 25th and 6th, I think. So stop by and hang out and maybe talk to some cool people.
Word. That's awesome. I can't wait. As far as me, next Tuesday night, unless, you know, I mean, for now, you never know. But with the current state of the world, you never know. Things may change. But for now, I do plan on doing another episode of this show tomorrow, next Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, with Brian from Take the Time Collectibles, who has an incredible art collection. I'm only going to bring like 5 pieces next week because Brian at Take the Time Collectibles got like probably, you know, 50 or something to show. I don't know. I don't want to talk on his behalf, but I know he's going to bring the heat. He's got some insane art and a lot of it. So I can't wait to hang out with him for an original art hour and have him show his collection next Tuesday night. So that'll be exciting. I'm also on a CGC unboxing video with Geek Aficionado, Backseat Driver 5280, and Los. This Thursday night, 9:30 Eastern on Jimmy, the Geek Aficionado's channel. I'm just going to hang out and have a good time while those guys all do CGC unboxings. So that'll be pretty fun. And then I believe we've got an upcoming episode of Gotham City Chronicles Under the Red Hood. That's going to be the 15th episode on my channel. That's going to be on Saturday, May 2nd, I believe. And the guests are going to be Comic Geek McD and the Boy Who Had 7, of course, with me and JP as the host. So that we're up to 15 episodes of that Batman story show. So we're pretty proud of that. Yeah, thanks, man. And my channel, I'm like 10 subs away from 700. I'm inching my way to 700 subs, and I'll do a 700 sub contest when we get there, and you know, I always have great prizes and stuff my contest. So hopefully I can launch that sooner and later and cross that milestone. But other than that, I'm kind of like hanging out indoors. And I may do a haul video at some point because I have been buying comic books, but I am very, very lazy about doing stuff like haul videos. So
speaking of Geek Aficionado, he said, "How do you get added as a seller?"
Okay, for mainframe.
Yeah, message me on Instagram or email me at whitewhalecomics@gmail.com. I'm not handling the LCS sellers, but I will get you connected with who is doing that.
Biggie, to answer your question, does the frame shop still have my Take the Time piece? No, I got that back. I showed it on the last episode of Original Art Hour. I showed all my 2020 art pickups to date. They do, unfortunately, have my Todd McFarlane published page and my Bill Sienkiewicz published comic book cover, and they have it hostage, essentially, during this quarantine, and I can't get it back until the quarantine's over and they're open for business again. So that sucks, but what are you gonna do? Can't do anything about it. You know what I mean? Anyway, all right, man, dude, thanks again for hanging out, man. It's been a blast. It's more like an original art 80 minutes, but hey, what are you gonna do? You know, sometimes we just get carried away. You know. All right, guys, thanks again for joining us here tonight. Please hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Go over and subscribe to my friend Alec. Hit link to his channels in the description. And catch us next Tuesday night back here with Brian from Take the Time Collectibles for the next episode of Original Art Hour. Have a good night. We out.
Bye.